Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. This is Cody, also, if you're new here. He likes to join me sometimes. Today's reaction is going to be to the Backyard Naturalist, which you guys know I love to react to this channel. And one video that I have not done yet is any videos like focused on the ibis or the bin chicken. I've seen them in lots of other videos, but like not one focused solely on them. So I'm interested to learn about the bin chicken, you know, because I don't really know much about them. Holy cow. In the last video that showed one that I watched, there was a whole bunch of them on like a pathway in a park. And I had asked you guys, like, will they attack you for no reason? Do they mainly leave people alone? And pretty much everyone was like, they leave you alone unless you have food, and then they might go after you for food. So that's kind of the extent of what I know about them. So we're gonna hopefully learn a lot more today.
You thought I wasn't going to cover this one, huh? Well, befitting a certified legend, the bin chicken gets its own video. Kangaroo, magpie, koala. It's very rare that an animal reaches mythic status in this country, but how on earth did a humble wading bird become a cultural icon?
Their beaks are so long. Like if you've seen my animal videos before, or any of my bird videos, I guess, I'm a little bit freaked out by birds in general. Like, I don't know what it is about I think it's the beaks, usually. But a bird with like a really, really large beak freaks me out, kind of. Like, even if they're not going to do anything to you, it's just the fact that they can do something to you if they wanted to. That's what's kind of freaky to me.
Do you know how the bin chickens first came into being?
No.
They were ibises once, taken by the dark powers, tortured and mutilated, a ruined and terrible form of life.
Look at him go. The Australian white ibis, known affectionately as the bin chicken, is a wetland-dwelling bird originally. They are found in all but the driest climates, but traditionally prefer swamps, lagoons, and floodplains, nesting together in tall trees. For a long time...
So if that's what they prefer, are they still found all over Australia, or do they stick to certain regions of the country only? But these birds are kind of... I don't know if this is going to make sense at all, but let me know if you know what I mean. They're kind of cute and ugly both at the same time. Do you guys know what I mean by that? They're kind of cute and ugly.
They were thought to be an introduced species, the African sacred ibis, the very same bird that the ancient Egyptians worshipped as a god. However, the Australian white ibis is a native bird. These guys can be seen majestically strutting around with their white plumage, bald black heads, and long curved beaks. Underneath their wings is less Planet Earth 2 and more Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This patch of skin under the wings goes from a light pink color to a vibrant scarlet during the breeding.
Holy. I'm not even kidding. If I had seen this in person and not seen this video before, I would think this bird is bleeding to death. I'm not kidding.
Season to advertise their fertility. Males and females can be distinguished by size, females being smaller with shorter bills. Juveniles have feather-covered necks and heads, but like those of us with male pattern baldness, they'll lose it all when they enter adulthood. There are many majestic calls in the avian world, but the white ibis is not one of them. Its call sounds like a mucus-filled kazoo. And they're not the only ibis in Australia. There is also...
It sounds a little bit like a Canadian goose, in a way.
Straw-necked ibis, who have earned the nickname Farmer's Friend for eating the locusts.
God. Oh my god, I am so bad at pausing. I always miss it. Anyway,
that plague many
that one
rural
was so
areas.
colorful. Look how colorful.
Then there's the glossy ibis. These migratory adventurers have a beautiful multicolored coat and are a rarer sight. Like middle-class boomers, the white ibis's absolute favorite foods are disgusting marine invertebrates. Fun fact, their bill tip is honeycombed with sensory pits that allow it to tell when there are tasty morsels nearby. They may look dumb, but they're smart enough to smash open mussels and retrieve the sweaty mollusks within. Remarkably, ibises have been observed eating cane toads by poking the out of them until they release their toxin, then washing them off in a nearby river before eating them. Why aren't we
Oh, they
funding
wash
this?
them off?
Courtship among ibises is very unique. Males will compete with each other to honk the loudest. When a lady ibis arrives, an interested male will bow in her presence. But he can't court her empty-handed. What will he gift her? Male bowerbirds offer a meticulously ordered bounty of blue plastics, red berries, and silver shells. But the male ibis gives his potential mate a stick. A f***ing stick! And she's impressed. Now that the pair bond is cemented, they'll fly off to raise a clutch
Well, the bin chicken, they're not materialistic, I guess.
of 2 to 3 babies.
Baby white ibis.
So how did they end up in our cities anyway? Well, I mentioned those wetland habitats before. These have been drying up, and you'll never guess why. Humans, cheeky little buggers. One of the white ibis's natural hotspots is the Macquarie Marshes in northern New South Wales. The water needed to sustain this habitat is increasingly being borrowed by farmers upstream for crop irrigation, in the same way that an organ harvester borrows your liver, meaning their natural habitats are shrinking. So they've decided to come and stay at our place. Refuse raptors now nest in the many palm trees that give our cities that reject shop California look. And they've exchanged their diet of yabbies for one of pizza. Bin chickens are often found.
Speaking of palm trees, I know this is not about the bird, but like, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I can't remember exactly when, but I had said in Discord how the first time I had ever seen a palm tree in person, I was 13 years old, because I don't live in an area with palm trees. I live in the Midwest, and we don't have palm trees here. So the first time I flew to California, one of the first things I saw was a palm tree, and I was so excited about it. And it's one of those things that's like, you see them on TV all the time growing up, and when you see it for the first time in real life, it's like really, really exciting. And like the people, the Australians I was talking to, and they're like, oh yeah, I mean, we see palm trees all the time, it's no big deal. But yeah, for me in the Midwest, like, that was a big deal for me, because we don't have those types of trees.
Foraging around parks, tips, and of course, bins. They will often pinch food from tables and even out of people's hands. However, it's this spunk that's won over part of the population. Oh, he's a little cheeky. I think as Aussies, we
Does that hurt,
naturally
though?
root the underdog.
If they bite you like that,
There was supposed to be a 4 in that sentence. We can't help but like the ibises,
I'm
even
gonna rewind that because I
population.
missed it.
Oh, he's a little cheeky. I think as Aussies, we naturally root the underdog. There was supposed to be a 4 in that sentence. We can't help but like the ibises, even if they cause a little mayhem and smell like someone peed on a sock. Nonetheless, their antics have rubbed some people the wrong way. Many ibises in the Botanic Gardens in Sydney were sadly culled after tourist complaints in 2006. Wished the local council was culling more pertinent pests. You know, rabbits, foxes, Ford Ranger drivers. We're in a weird situation where ibises have become overpopulated in urban areas but endangered in their natural habitats. The waste that we leave in bins and landfill has caused tip turkey numbers to soar. A potential solution in Victoria was to move a fraction of the huge numbers in Healesville Sanctuary to Sale to avoid overcrowding. But after a few days, the birds just came back. Once a bird gets a taste for chips, it changes them. An interesting note on their migration patterns.
I mean, I could say the same thing probably about anybody who comes to America for the first time and eats our food. It's just not the same again.
That the rural and urban populations regularly intermingle, which lowers the chances of genetic disorders and disease. While they are considered a nuisance for their bin banditry, it's truly astounding that a wetland bird has habituated to living in the heart of our cities, and we really should appreciate them for their adaptability. At this point, you may have suspected a certain bias in this video. I'm not gonna lie, I love these birds. The ancient Egyptians also revered the ibis as a totem. immortalizing
cool.
their iconic shape in stone. In a similar way, we venerate them too through 21st century hieroglyphs.
What's been happening?
Their recognizable silhouette and cheeky personality has solidified them as a cult classic. Love them or hate them, they're adapters. And if not our affection, they at least deserve our respect. That'll do, Chook. That'll do.
Oh my god, those are funny. Oh, I love all the art. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, that was a funny video. Wow, they are kind of funny, huh? So the one that bit the guy's finger, would that hurt? Like, do they bite very hard, or was that more of like a playful little nibble sort of thing? I don't know. I don't want to ever get bit by anything. But they are, like I said, kind of cute and ugly at the same time. The babies are definitely cuter, but I really like the ones that are really colorful, like the blue and purple looking ones. Those were really, really cool looking. I like those. You guys will have to let me know. Do you guys ever see bin chickens like in your backyards the way you see like magpies and all those other things that come into your yard? Do you see these as often? Because like for us, oh, really? Like a lot of our geese and our ducks and stuff, they're not really coming in our yards. They're just kind of hanging out at parks and lakes and like empty parking lots or store parking lots or whatever. Like, they're not hanging out in people's yards. So I was just curious if these things ever kind of find their way over to your yards or anything. And if they do come to your yard, do you feed them? Because a lot of the comments that I get are definitely people talking about all the birds that come in their yard, which I love reading those stories. All right, well, I guess I learned a little bit more about the ibis or the bin chicken. What do you guys usually say? Do you guys say ibis more often, or do you say bin chicken more often? I would assume you say bin chicken more often, since you made such a big thing about bin chicken and all the art and all that at the end of the video, which I loved. I thought that was awesome. I wish that we had more of that around here. We have art around here, but we don't really have murals of birds, is what I'm saying. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pooh.